we're going to do static news posts. So if we go back to this folder here, you can see some examples. These are, in a lot of cases, are going to be kind of similar to the images that we generated with the feed post, but they can have different copy and different use cases. And every different product will have more of these or less of these. So we'll see. The cool thing about this is we could just test them. And with the CBO, Facebook will spend it if it thinks it could perform well, and it won't spend it if it doesn't. So it doesn't hurt to cover all your bases by doing this. So to do this, just go down to static news post, and you're going to follow the basic instructions. If you haven't already, you're going to create a ChatGPT project, and you're going to upload your 4 deep research files here. And from there, we're just going to use the following prompt. It's literally copy and paste. You have nothing to do besides just copy, paste. And it's going to come up with 2 concepts that we could then turn into news posts. Really simple, really straightforward, really easy to do. And then if we don't like the 2 that it generated, we can, of course, ask it for new concepts and kind of cycle through until we find 2 that are broad enough, but not too out of the blue where it just doesn't even speak to the people we want to work with. So, all right. So this concept 1 here is a midnight habit no one notices. So digital news cards looks like the screenshot. Boom, 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 boom. What's the text saying? Why more adults are delaying sleep without realizing? Perfect. And then concept 2 is saying the real reason mornings feel harder than they used to. Perfect. I love it. All right. Turn 1 and 2 into scripts for Higgsfield. And then this is really easy. This is probably the easiest one because you already did all the deep research, so it has a good synopsis of everything. And you can read the prompt itself. I'm basically saying I have 5 unique different angles where the problem might be a little different from person to person. So find and conceptualize this same general mass desire or problem, and then create 2 concepts that's applicable to all 5 of them. So if you've ever wondered, well, what if about truck drivers? What about if I'm doing stay-at-home moms? The way the concepts are the script is written, it's going to generate a concept that just addresses a generalish pain. And then with your strong hook, this is why it's important for your hook to have some characteristics of who we want to speak to. That's going to help filter out the wrong people and attract the right people. Same thing with the headline as well, too. We'll talk more about that when the training comes around. But yeah. So now we'll grab this. We'll hit copy. Go over here. Go over here. I have so many prompts open. Remove this stuff, and we're gonna do this in Nana Banana Pro. Just gonna hit paste. Make sure it's a 1x1 4K, and then hit generate. So that should be good. Go back to chat. Grab script 2. Do the same exact thing. Copy, and then paste that in, and then we should be good to go. So these normally, from doing this, these normally do really well. I will say when I say do really well, I'm referring to ChatGPT creating a good enough script for Higgsfield to generate a good enough image. As far as if you were wondering which one of these consistently performs the best between the 3, I've always found that these are just the tried and true. These always do really well. But recently I've been getting more into the direct Facebook feed post, and this has been cooking for me. I'll show you again later in the case study training, but this has been doing really well. And I used to dabble in this a little bit, and this worked really well. So for specific types of products, I can't tell you what specific types of products because it's very industry based, but it's good to just try all 3, and then again you're crossing all your bases and making sure if something doesn't work, it wasn't because you didn't try hard enough or your images sucked. So why more adults are delaying sleep without realizing it? Okay, good enough for me. And then we'll see, because the thing with these images is that they should feel like reports or articles. So this is all right. It's a different concept than what we've generated so far. And we'll see how these other ones look. The real reason mornings feel harder than they used to. It may start the night before. Perfect. Perfect. I think these are good enough. I don't like this one here because this is like as if it's supposed to be on stories. But this one, I would go with this one, and I would go with this one. This says Modern Wellness Daily. That's nice. And yeah, so that's it. There's not really much troubleshooting to that. You're just going to pick the 2 ones that look like articles. And remember, you do have a frame of reference here in this example. So you kind of should have an idea of what you should be looking to generate, right? Like this is kind of the idea. All right, guys. So now you should have your 5 pieces long from copy. You should have now have a minimum of 3 to 6 images. And at this point, we're just ready to launch. So let's get ready to finally launch and get our first campaign up and running.